Welcome back to Me and You Outside. Hey, it's the middle of September here in the great state of Missouri, here in the Ozarks. And it is a great time to be bass fishing. Now, a lot of people are starting to quit bass fishing, especially your guys that just do it, off and on or whatever. But September and October for me and my son is a great time to be bass fishing. You're going to see a few videos coming around the corner of us bass fishing on the rivers with top water and stuff like that. And I'm out here today, and my goal is to catch one, maybe two keeper bass, smallmouth, largemouth, I don't really care. I'm down here in an area where they have to be 15 inches or longer, so I've got to catch some pretty good sized bass. Anyways, so with my goal to catch one or two good keeper bass here, I'm at the head of a lake down here in southwest Missouri called Stockton, on one of the tributaries. And I'm gonna see if I can catch some bass. I'm gonna try top water. That's what I think I'm gonna catch them on this morning. But we'll find out. But let's catch a couple of bass, a couple of good keepers. I'll be happy with that. And then we're going to cook them over an open fire. But we'll see what happens here. Let's just go fishing. I don't think I need the net. All right, I got a fish on here finally. Yeah, look at him. Well, I might need the net. Whoa. That's a big, nice smallmouth, Sean. Oh. What's your hooker? Man, he's fighting. Boy, when you get him in that net, he's done. Look at that now. That takes care of that. Look at that. Yeah, I'd say he's 3.5. So that was a nice bass right there. That weighed about 3.5 pounds smallmouth you saw there that I caught, and it's a nice one. I've got it right here. Actually, I got it sitting on a table right here. I have got it sitting in the pan. Now, what you're going to see now is I'm going to cook this smallmouth bass, and also I caught a white bass on the same fishing trip. Just didn't video it. I'm going to wrap this entire bass in foil, and we're going to put it on the fire. And I'm going to do the same thing with this white bass. These are all white bass fillets, and I have some walleye fillets here. We're going to do the same thing with that. And then I have some chicken over here. These are chicken breasts that I cut and seasoned. And I'm going to put some seasoning on this smallmouth bass here. This is just basically some bell pepper, garlic seasoning. Nothing big or anything like that. But I'll season it real good like this before I wrap it in the foil. And then when I wrap it in foil, what you'll see me do here in just a little bit, all I did with this white bass is I scaled it, took the scales off of it. I'm gonna leave the head on there. I'll leave the head on there. I'm gonna wrap this in foil, and we'll put some butter in there with it. Same thing with the white bass, same thing with chicken. And we're gonna put it in a fire. You can see my fire right over here. I got a good fire going, and I'm letting this fire cook down. Here in a minute, I'll kick them logs out of the way where I have just coals. And this fish, this chicken, and we got vegetables. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one crazy deal. We're gonna put it all on the coals, right directly on the coals, and let it cook. I'll have to turn it a time or two to make sure the sides don't get done one more than the other. But I'm gonna get some foil, start wrapping this stuff up, show you how we do that here.
You put it inside?
Put a couple pieces in there. All right, now I got my fish ready to wrap it in foil here, and I tell you what I did. I put a couple of pieces of butter inside the cavity right here. I got butter right here. I'm gonna wrap this thing and let this butter will just stay in the foil with it. So I'll just bring it up here like this. That's a pretty big fish to cook like this, but I know for a fact it'll cook. It'll be fine. And it'll be good too. It'll be delicious. Delicious. Now I'm using heavy duty foil right here. Get this from Sam's. There you go. That looks so good. Anyways, that's kind of what we're doing, putting butter, seasoning. Gonna cook this fish, gonna cook the chicken like that, gonna cook that little white bass like that. We're gonna put these walleye fillets and some other white bass fillets in the same kind of a deal. And we're gonna just cook it all on the fire like that. It's gonna be wonderful, I can tell you right now. Stay right there, because when we get back here in a minute, I'm gonna show you the vegetables and stuff we're putting in there. And then we're gonna sit down and enjoy this wonderful meal, and you're gonna like it a lot. Now, we've got we went ahead and put the chicken on in the coals with her. I'll show you that here in just a second. In the meantime, we got a lot of vegetables right here. You see potatoes, there's onions in there, there's peppers, there's mushrooms. Then we have asparagus over here, and what Sandy is doing is what?
I'm just making foil packets to put in the fire. So we're gonna cook them like you would at a campfire. So I'm gonna put some vegetables on here, and then I'm gonna put a couple of tabs of butter.
Yep.
And then we're just gonna roll it up.
Almost like a burrito.
Yeah. Okay, now that.
That's it.
Vegetables. And for the asparagus, I put olive oil on the asparagus and a little bit of garlic salt. So I'm going to take a few sprigs of asparagus here. And I've got bacon and I've got mozzarella.
Ooh.
I'm going to put some
Minced garlic.
Minced garlic, just a little bit. Some mozzarella cheese. Okay. Some mozzarella cheese. Some shredded Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to break up a couple of bits of bacon. I just fried this a while ago, so this is fresh bacon, just freshly fried. Okay, individual packets of asparagus.
This is that bass right here. You saw me catch earlier. I seasoned it, wrapped it in foil. I'm gonna lay it down here in these hot coals, and it's gonna cook pretty fast. But it's a big fish, so I'm putting it in there about earlier, and I'm putting everything else except for the chicken. I just threw it on a bed of hot coals, and I mean hot. But it's so hot in there that whole fish is gonna bake all the way around, and it's gonna be good. But it's gonna take a little bit. Now my chicken is cooking like crazy. I can see some of that butter bubbling up down there, and that's telling me that is super hot in there. It's just crazy. We're just throwing the stuff in the coals. We'll get it all out. It'll all be done. It'll all be good. The vegetables are seasoned to our taste. You always season your vegetables to your taste, whatever you want to season your stuff with. This is gonna be really good. Now, I got a lot of my family are supposed to come down, at least some of them, and we're gonna sit around and try all this stuff here in a minute. But right now we're gonna finish putting stuff on here. We got vegetables to put on here. We got a lot of stuff to put in here. I want to get this chicken done, get it so I can get it out of the way, and then put this other stuff in there. So stay right there. Hear that? Sounds like rain. That's the fish, the vegetables. Everything's sizzling in that fire. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're cooking so good in there. Can't wait to try this. Now what we have done, we took everything off the fire. We stuck everything in bowls. For instance, this is vegetables. That's asparagus. That is chicken. And that's fish. We're going to open these up here in just a second. I'm waiting on my daughter and my grandson, Jackson. Right now we have my wife, Sandy. She's a little bit picky. So when she eats something and says it's good, we are all excited about that because it is honestly good. So, you about ready to eat, Brindley?
Yes.
Good. All right. We'll start here in the next frame you see. All right, here we are. We had to move into our screened-in porch here because the flies were horrendous. I mean, as my wife said, there was how many?
Gazillion.
A gazillion, and you know how much that is. That's a lot, Jackson. That's a lot. It's like 1,000 trillion. It's a gazillion. Anyways, there was a bunch of flies. So we moved in. We got everything separated here, as I just showed you. Now, this is fish right here, and I do want to take this big old bass right here, and I want to rip off some chunks of him because I want to try him. Woo! It's pretty hot still. I can't believe that. My wife just called me a Neanderthal. In case y'all wonder what she just called me, a Neanderthal.
You could use the tongs and it wouldn't be so
She called me a
hot.
Neanderthal at least twice a day.
Well, the shoe fits.
Ooh, I'm just going to take off a big old hunk of meat right here. Look at this. Oh, look how white that is. Now, I just want to try this real quick. Then we're going to move on to some other stuff and just do regular eating here. That's a good piece of white meat right there. I want Brentley to try that. Jackson, hang your plate over here. That's just fish. That's pure fish, and it's really good for you because there's what you're eating there has nothing, no oil.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Jackson?
I thought it was really good.
You did good in it.
Really good.
I don't know about Brentley.
It's fishy.
It is not.
This is.
It's not fishy.
Well, I'll tell you what now. This was not just a good meal, but it was a good, healthy meal. We enjoyed it. Brentley, she liked the walleye better than she did the smallmouth bass. Jackson, he liked a little bit of everything. He liked that asparagus really well. Amber, she liked about everything. She liked the walleye.
I loved the asparagus.
Did you like the asparagus too?
Yeah, it has cheese.
Good job.
Cheese, add cheese.
What was your favorite part, Jamie? Do you have a favorite part of that kind of a meal?
Probably the vegetables and asparagus. I did like the walleye.
Yeah, the walleye was good. Look at my plate right here. Big old dead fish right there. There's still a little meat on there. I'll clean that off here in just a little bit. It is so, so good. All right. Appreciate you watching this little video right here. Me and you outside. As always, appreciate subscribing to our channel. We just decided to cook all this in the fire for no reason. We've done it once before. Similar, not to this scale. But we cooked a lot of stuff on the fire tonight. I mean, I had at one time 15, 18 foil packets in there with vegetables and fish and stuff. So it was a pretty large meal. But it was wonderful. It was great. It was fantastic. So my friends, hit you subscribe to my channel. And hit the like button, commenting, wherever you're at in this world, have a good morning, good day, good night, because there is another video. And it is coming.
Right around the corner.
You're embarrassing.